What up, everybody? You're watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. I'm seeing a whole bunch of people at the door knocking, asking when we're going to be there. I appreciate everybody tuning in and getting ready for today's show because we have a bunch to talk about here on the channel. John Mara at the NFL owners meetings spoke to the media. He was asked about Odell Beckham Jr. He was asked about Saquon Barkley, the NFL draft, and everything going on around the New York Giants. We're going to break all that down and more on today's show. We also have two mailbags where we're going to get a chance to open up the floor and hear from the audience. I love those parts of the show. We just get to interact with you guys and hear what you guys are thinking, chop it up about the Giants. But the news of the day, John Mara pretty much said that he would be open and kind of wants Odell Beckham Jr. back with the New York Giants. We'll break that down here in a second. But as we let the audience build up, everybody gets a chance to click on that push notification. Shout out your city for me down in the comments section. We already got 167 people watching the show. I want to know where you guys are watching from. I know a lot of people are saying we're late. We're actually on time. You could just blame Rolly. He set the kickoff time a little bit too early in the show today. We had a whole bunch of stuff we had to change up. We had some breaking news, blah, 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 blah. All that. My guy Lions Talk in the chat. What up, Micro? Louisiana in the chat. G-Men in the chat. Albany from Melissa. Mr. Yair's in New Jersey. Corinne says he never wanted him to leave. That was Gettle. I can't say that. TJ's in Vermont. I can. It's a little early in the show for that. We're not deep enough into the fireball bottle. Crim's dad is in the chat. My man Crim's dad was busy, and he's back, baby. Carl says, yo, Marshall, you still doing the Knicks game tonight? Yes, we are, Carl. We will be live at about 7 p.m. Eastern time as the Knicks tip off at 7:30. Rosario Guzzo in the chat. Corinne, Don, Braden, Eric, Brian, Matt, Kush Patel. What a name, Kush Patel. Love that. Getting some super chats already flying in. Look, everyone's hyped up today, and they should be. Anytime your owner, like John Mara did, spoke to the media and was literally being open about talking about Odell Beckham Jr., there's going to be some excitement here in the air today. I'm excited. We did get a $13 super chat before the show even started today from my man Crim's dad. He said, why did Odell Beckham Jr. cross the road? I cannot wait for the answer from this, Crimmy. Crimmy, let me know. I don't know. Why did Odell Beckham Jr. cross the road? Did he have to go get more hair dye for his mohawk? Did he get kicked off a plane? Was the pizza box overseas, ran out of a white substance? I don't know. Let me know. Why did Odell Beckham Jr. cross the road? Crimmy, I'll have my eyes on the chat. Brody Peters came in with a $2 super chat. What up, Brody? Said, who is the replacement from Julian Love? It is Bobby McCain. That is your Julian Love replacement. He plays a very similar style that Julian Love plays. McCain has really played a lot of corner, nickel, and safety in his career. So he's very versatile like Julian Love. He's 29, going to be 30, so a little bit more mileage on the tires for Bobby McCain. Not as good as Julian Love, but when you factor in the price and the fact that the Giants didn't really value Julian Love all that much. I mean, go back and look at how much he got from Seattle. It's not like he was really demanding all that much money. Bobby McCain is going to be your Julian Love replacement. Maybe they draft my guy in the first round, Brian Branch. We'll talk about him a little bit later. If he's available at 25, I will not be shocked to see if the Giants selected him. Tuto Azerti, my man. Massive salutes and respects to Marsh and all the diehard Giants fans in the house, specifically Mr. Guzzo, the godfather of the New York Giants fan nation, and F all the Eagles. Shout out to my man Tuto. We appreciate you for supporting the show and tuning in. We got a bunch to get to, but first, we got to get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We already have pretty much 250 people here in the chat. Rolly, 125 likes. I think 50% of the people in here should at least like the video.
That's minimum stuff, guys. We've always talked about it. You guys at least have to have a 50% like rate. If not, it's just flat out embarrassing. And I don't want to see the Giants fans put up embarrassing numbers to start the week. Monday's a tone setter for the rest of the week. How are you going to set the tone for your week coming up? Are you going to be letting us down, or are you going to rise up to the occasion?
I say we rise up. That's what we do, Big Blue. We rise up, we complete the task at hand, and we do it with flying colors. So hit that thumbs up icon. If you love the Giants and you want today's show to get underway, like this video. And if you have liked the video, I want you guys to comment me down in the comment section, and we'll give you a shout out. Crims, I never got the tail end of the joke. Why did OBJ cross the road? He says, I would have liked it, but Rolly kept us waiting. You can blame Rolly, that's for sure. I'll try to give some shout-outs as everybody gets their fake news from Crimmy. Shout out to JJ, Tyler, Philip, Melissa, Mr. Yair, Shannon, James, Nicholas, Zach, Kush Patel, Rosenberry, Eric, Linus, Scrooge, Cha, Bernard, Eric, Nicholas, Nick's Galaxy, James McGuire, Frank, Marty, Mark, Billy, Nelson, Bill. What up, Bill? No fridge videos today, Billy. Shout out to Rob, Jigga. Ahmad Noble is in the house. Ahmad Noble. Good to see you, my man. You're a legend. And don't worry, the jersey is on the way. Shipping times and a little bit longer than we expected to get the jersey made. But we're going to get it. Once that jersey gets done and we get it, Ahmad Noble, you will be the first to know, I promise you that. Slim Cash in the house, Cameron Johnson, Rosario Guzzo. What up, Rosario? James Clemente, Alfonso, Ahmad Noble. Salute, my man. We only got up to 100 likes. Unacceptable, to be honest with you. Let's get to 150. If we can get to 150 likes in the next minute and a half, I'll start the show with 2 shots of Fireball to get things rolling. We got 250 people watching. 400 people have already tuned in. I know for a fact that there's 50 people watching that haven't liked the video. Hit that thumbs up icon for us. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We do have a little bit of a super chat menu. I owe a Fireball shot for my man Crim's dad. Every super chat today, we're going to give you a shout out on the show. If you got a question, we'll put that up in the mailbag that we have to talk about later in today's video. $10 super chats, we're doing Fireball shots. $20 super chats, we're spinning the wheel. I want to keep the theme going as it's the off season. That's really where the real ones tune in. So I want to give a discount for all of the real ones. I love all the people and really, really thankful for all the people that got on the hard hat during the season. But one, the people that are on the hard hat are already watching during the off season because they're the definition of real ones. We're getting a whole bunch of new audience, and I want them to feel like they could be a part of the hard hat tradition. So the off-season sale for the hard hat continues to roll on. $50 super chat will add you to the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. And if we can get to $150 today as a team, me and Rolly will do a beer shot fund. Rolly, we got some pretty fun stuff on the hard hat today.
Yeah, I mean, we always do.
But today is a good day.
Today is a good day.
We got some good stuff. All I'm going to say is, with a $20 super chat, you could get a sticker on the hard hat. We wanted to add that on there today because we have a whole bunch of new people watching, like Christopher Foley, who just sent in their first super chat on the channel, in channel history. Christopher Foley, we appreciate your $5 super chat, my man. We'll get to that in a second. This first shot of Fireball, though, is for my man Crim's dad. Crimmy, still not sure why OBJ crossed the road. I'm wondering why, so don't keep me waiting too long. Woo! My man Craig Clifford with a $2 super chat. Craig, you're always supporting the show. I don't ever miss it. We appreciate that. If you have a question, Craig, you can click on the super chat and type it in. If you have a comment or you want to say something about the show or the Giants, feel free. I'd love to talk some Giants football with you, man. You're always showing some love. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sam Lubna, my man Sam, he's a real one. We appreciate it. Sub for future Giants dubs. You heard the man. Hit that sub button. We got to get back to the playoffs next year. We got to get back to the playoffs. Sam, you are a legend, my man. Thank you so much. Two-Toe back again with a $5 super chat. Big Boss Marsh, FOBJ, Once a player leaves the team with bad terms, it's all gone in smoke, and he's no good with his effed mentality and physically forget about it. Look, you're not wrong, and, I'm indifferent about OBJ. Did I want him for $20 million? No. $15 million? Not really. $10 million, you have my attention. $5 million for OBJ? That might be too good to pass up. Tuto, there's a lot of people that don't want OBJ. I know there's a lot of people that do want OBJ, so we're going to talk about it here on today's show. James McGuire, my man, with a $10 super chat says, shot. Everybody, shout out to James McGuire. My man has been showing love all off season long. James, me and Rolly and I, whichever way you say it, I don't know, but we appreciate you. Thank you so much, my man.
You said it right, by the way.
James and I, Rolly and me?
Rolly and I. Yeah, because I don't know if you were in there for the whole Brett.
I did, and it just doesn't make sense.
You need to think of it like if you took away, say like, take me away. What makes sense? I appreciate you. So that's why it's Rolly and I appreciate you. You
Rolly
said
and I
Rolly
appreciate
and me,
you, James.
Me appreciates you. Make no sense.
Me appreciates. Christopher Foley with his first or their first super chat ever in channel history. If you haven't super chatted the show yet and you super chat for the first time, we got a cool little banner for you. Christopher, it's your first super chat ever, so I'm giving you a discount, my man. $5 for Christopher. If you haven't super chatted ever in Giants history and today's your first time, $5 we're doing shots. How about that?
Half off, baby. Half off. It's unbelievable.
The deal won't last forever. It won't last forever. Christopher, I'm shaking your imaginary hand right here. We appreciate you, my man. My guy, Daniel Brothers. What up, Brody? My guy's always showing love over on Twitter. Can't see OBJ in Blue Marsh. Hate saying it because I love OBJ, but the Crowder signing to me was truthfully the last nail in the coffin, in my opinion. Go Giants. And I'm honestly in agreement with you, Daniel. I honestly thought the door for Odell Beckham was closed. I didn't think that there was anything left for him to do here. I didn't think that there was a want for him at this point. But look, when your owner is asked about a player and he says, I'm open to it, that makes me feel like it's definitely still open. And Rolly, do you think he's putting, and he being John Mara, a little bit of pressure on the Giants by that statement?
Well, I mean, I hate when owners get involved like this. I mean, I just saw a wild report when it came to Lamar Jackson, the New England Patriots, about Robert Kraft getting texted by Meek Mill about Lamar Jackson wanting to be a Patriot, and he goes, it's up to Bill Belichick. Well, why would you say that? Because if that is true, it just creates so much chaos. Yeah. I hate when owners say stuff about the team, as bad as it is.
Be an owner.
Just be an owner. Make your money. Bring out the checkbook when asked, but do not talk about day-to-day general manager operations. All it does is result in chaos and disaster.
I'm honestly right there with you. James McGuire, this shot's for you. Daniel, look, I didn't think there was a chance anymore. But after what Mara said today, never say never here in the NFL. I learned that. TNB Rico with their first super chat ever on the channel. TNB Rico, we appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We appreciate it, and we love seeing you in the comments. Thank you. We greatly, greatly appreciate it from Rolly and I. Let's go. A little math, language lesson, not math. Craig Clifford back again. Craig, thank you so much, my man. All good. I am glad we are not trading for a wide receiver. I do think the trading for a wide receiver is kind of in the rear view. I think when you made that move for Darren Waller, that was your big trade of the offseason. I don't know if you're going to give up a third-round pick or a second-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. What if it costs a fifth-round pick, though? Would you trade a fifth for DeAndre Hopkins? I think I would. The only reason I am a little bit more what do I want to say here, is a little bit more stingy with wanting to trade picks is because we already gave up one. And there's still a lot of holes on this roster. And we need some cost-controlled players going forward, considering that Daniel Jones has a lot of money to still be paid. I'd like to see Saquon Barkley get a deal done. Obviously, the running back market is kind of tanked, so who knows what that would even look like as terms of value at this point. Andrew Thomas is going to become the highest-paid offensive lineman in probably NFL history. Dexter Lawrence may become the highest-paid nose tackle in the NFL. Xavier McKinney is going to want a lot of money. Adoree Jackson's a free agent after this year. I want to bring him back. Then down the pipeline, you got Kayvon Thibodeau, who I expect is going to be good and make a lot of money. Azeez Ojulari, I expect is going to be good and make a lot of money. So the reason I'm so stingy now, Craig, with the draft picks is not because I don't believe in the talent that's out there that could be acquired, but the fact that I want to continue to have cost-controlled players on a roster that has a lot of high-priced players and will continue as the seasons and careers of these players go on. Craig, we appreciate the super chat, my man. Glad you threw a comment in there. We love that. JSMES Post. I believe that's James with an S. I don't know. We'll call you J Post. J Post with the first super chat in channel history. My man J Post, we appreciate the love. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love seeing these new people in the chat, or the people in the chat that super chat for their first time, really. This new feature is awesome on YouTube. I love
I'm so glad they added it so we can show extra love to the people joining in on donating to us, because we do greatly appreciate it.
We love that. And Kush Patel with their first super chat in Giants Now history. Kush Patel, $10. We're doing a shot for you, my man. Look, if it's your first super chat ever, we'll know it. $5, we'll do a shot. Kush, you got the name of the day and your first super chat of the day. Early dubs for my man Kush. We appreciate it. Cameron Johnson, what's going on, man? Sign OBJ for 1 year, $7 million in incentives up to $12 million. I believe if OBJ had that offer, he wouldn't be a free agent at this point, Cameron. I don't think a team has offered him $7 million in guaranteed money. And we'll talk about what OBJ might cost here in a little bit, but 1 year, $7 million? That's a lot of guaranteed money for me, for a guy that hasn't played a full season in, I don't know. I don't mind the incentives. The incentives can be what they are. If he earns it, you should pay him it. Is $7 million too much for OBJ guaranteed? I want everyone in the comment section to let me know. Type O for over or U for under. How much would you pay OBJ $7 million per year? O for over, U for under. Let me know what you think. $7 million. Me and Rolly will keep our eyes on the comment section. Crim's dad with a $13 super chat. He's in the mood for Odell Beckham. He says, I don't know. Shrug. I asked you, Marshy, but maybe to hop in his Lambo and drive to East Rutherford. Crim's dad, I gave you a couple of answers why OBJ could have crossed the road. Because he got kicked off a flight on the other side of the road, or he needed more hair dye for his mohawk, or maybe the white powder that was on that pizza box overseas a couple of years ago, maybe he needed some more of that. I don't know. Hopefully he crosses the road and gets into Joe Shane's office and signs a 1 year, $5 million deal to be a new member of the New York Football Giants. Crimmy, good to have you back, my man. We appreciate it.
I also wanted to come on screen here because Kush Patel sent in $10 super chat, and it was their first one ever. And you said $5 a shot, so I feel like we owed him $2. So I will come on screen.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you helping me out, Rolly. I appreciate that. He's been waiting all day just seeing me get drunk up here. I was waiting for Rolly to make it happen. Kush Patel, we greatly appreciate you, my man. Thank you, brother. The GOAT, Anthony Raza, in the building. What up, Anthony? Sign OBJ to concession stands. Bear, cold beer here. Beer, cold beer. He'd be probably the most talented beer seller at MetLife of all time.
So, Marshall, before we move on to this next super chat, you got to let me know, does this count? Because I know who this is. They just created a burner account. No way it's the same person. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I have a feeling it's the same person.
I know it's the same person.
But
he just created a different account.
if you make a new account just so you can get the love for your first super chat ever, you deserve the love.
Okay.
This one's coming in from Johnson. My man Johnson, what up, brother? Glad you're tuning in. Hey, Marshall, new to the channel, hashtag Raiders Nation. Well, I can tell you're not a part of Raiders Nation because it's Raider Nation. It's not plural.
Ooh,
it's singular.
call.
It's Raider Nation.
And then also,
I see he's a Laker fan.
And then he followed up saying, new sub, take a shot for me. Jets Nation.
So he's a Raiders Nation member and a Jets Nation member.
And a Lakers fan.
Shout out to Johnson.
And then he put in another $1 to make it $5.
That's $5. I'll take a shot from my man Johnson. I feel like when it's this Johnson it's Johnson extra U in there. Shout out to Johnson You're the man. We appreciate it, Brody.
I'm preparing a shot. I'll take this one. Crim's dad, I went to the University of Miami. My daughter is at San Diego State now. Who should I be rooting for to win? Both in Final Four. Tough one. Well, it's easy because they're on opposite sides of the Final Four. So you obviously root for Miami and San Diego State. And if they happen to be playing each other in the championship game, you got to root for your daughter, right? Her happiness is more than your happiness. Is that how it works?
I'm rooting for the U, baby. Throw it up, Crimmy. We're rooting for the U, Crimmy. Let's go. Shout out to Crim's dad, a legend and a member of Giants Now by Chat Sports Ring of Honor. Crims, we appreciate you. Love to see you back in the chat. Hope you had a good week off, my man. And I owe a shot for someone. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to sit on it for a second. Sam Lubna, my man. He said, at this point, tell OBJ to stay away. All right. You don't want him. There's a lot of people that don't want him, it seems like. But a lot of people do want him. I feel like Odell Beckham Jr. Brings out a lot of people's voice. Not a lot of players have that type of control where everyone feels like they have to chime in on what they think about OBJ. And I think that OBJ is the type of player that makes everybody chime in. You say stay away. I got another 100,000 people hitting me up saying, yeah, we got to go sign him. So I'm doing my best to not do the OBJ stuff too much, but when there's news and rumors, you guys know I got to talk about it. Brian with a $5 super chat. Brian, thank you so much, my man. If you have a comment or question, Brian, you can include it in on the super chat. We'll pop it up on screen. Rolly and I will talk about it. Thank you for supporting the show. We greatly appreciate it. Tuto back again with a $5 super chat. Marshy, none of us consume any alcohol here, and we ain't promoting any, boss. But this is from us, Mr. Guzzo, Raza, and Asia in the house, and F all the boys and losers. Tuto, you're my man. Thank you so much. You've been supporting the show for well over a year now. I think my first ever super chat on the channel came from my man Tuto Azerti. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you're feeling well, and I hope you're getting healthy, my man. We got a first-timer, Future Orbit, with a $10 super chat. Let's ride. Let's ride. Future, we appreciate you supporting the show. You are now one of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. Future Orbit, we appreciate you. You're now family. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Crim's dad with a $5 super chat. I'm Crim's daddy. My first super chat.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Oh, my man. You guys are hilarious. You guys are freaking hilarious. Crimmy, we appreciate it, my man. Samuel Lubna, as in baby Sam Lubna. Sub for Giants Dubs Part 2. Samuel Lubna, we know your tricks of the trade, but I owe a shot. And since it's your first time super chatting, we appreciate it, my man. Sam, thank you, my man. Thank you so much. Sahagan's Detailing. What up, man? What's up? Hope you're having a good one. Hope your Monday is going well. I hope the biz is going well. Thank you for tuning in. Love seeing you in the chat. Let's go Giants. Let's go Giants. MFJ with a $5 super chat. A legend in the house. LOL. Two-toe. No way you're not a drinker. MFJ, thank you so much, my man. You're a legend. Thank you for all the love, Brody. We do have a mailbag that we're going to get into. That pretty much was a mailbag where we just answered probably 20-plus super chats. I just went in. Maybe we just cut that and make that a sack. But go ahead and use hashtag Giants if you do want to be featured on another mailbag. May have to speed a little bit through this show here. Texie is highlight cutting this. If you do want to be featured on a mailbag that we got here coming up later in the show, you could use hashtag Giants or Super Chat. All Super Chats skip the line, but the free way is to use hashtag Giants. Just include that in your comment, and producer Rolly will swift through all the comments, and we'll try to get the most and the best questions that we can on the show. If you use hashtag Giants in a comment and it doesn't get on air, just go yell at Nick Roloff over on Twitter. It's not my problem. It's his problem. Crim's dad.
Thanks, guys.
And C2 DeRock come in with some super chats. We appreciate it. Davarshi's getting a question in. Bill says, retweet the stream. Start for you. Marsh, not that I have a lot of pull. Bill, you are a freaking legend. You are a legend, Bill. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. I just gave you a retweet. Not that I have any pull over here in Giants Nation.
Crimsdad, C2 DeRuck. We'll get to your super chats, but we do actually have to start the show.
We do. Well, let's quickly go through those two super chats. Then we have to do a segment because we got to be live on Knicks in about 50 minutes. So 55 to an hour. Crim's dad comes in with a 10. Part of the reason I watch this show stream is to see Two Toes broken English super chat. Crimmy, I got one more shot for you, Crimmy. I'm so glad you're back. You're a legend. Crimmy, thank you, my man. Then we got $5 from my man C2 to Rock. Really enjoying the show. I am a recent subscriber. I'm driving big truck. I can't take shit. Do not drive and drink. I hope I am not promoting that, so don't do that. I can't take shots right now, so take one for me and keep up the work. My man, we got you. Drive safe out there. Some of my good friends are truck drivers, and they say some scary stuff goes down the roads. Be safe, my man, and let's go, Big Blue. Johnson, you with a $2 super chat. First-time watcher. We'll break that down here in a second. Let's talk about OBJ. Let's do it. We got some big news to talk about here on the channel. John Mara has spoken about OBJ publicly. Does he want it back on the Giants? We'll break it down in today's show. But make sure you guys are subscribed, because if the Giants make a move, we make a video here on the channel. And if the Giants sign OBJ, we're going live. So hit that sub button and help us get to 27,000 subs. We're just over 500 away. We're doing it for Brandon Jacobs. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Big news surrounding the New York Football Giants came out today, and it came from their owner. John Mara was at the NFL owners' meetings today on Monday, and he spoke to the media, and the media asked him, has the door closed on Odell Beckham Jr.? Do you want to see Odell Beckham Jr. back with the Giants? And this is what he had to say. Pat Leonard of the New York Daily News was there. He is the source. He said John Mara says Giants haven't closed the door on Odell Beckham Jr., says he's in favor of signing him back if Joe Shane and Brian Dable can make it work. This pretty much tells you that the ownership of the Giants, the front office, they want Odell Beckham Jr. back. once again to be a member of the New York Football Giants, and of course they do. He's a megastar. John Mara's no dummy. He knows that a lot of people that love the Giants love Odell Beckham Jr., and he knows that that is probably going to increase ticket prices, more excitement, more publicity, and honestly, a better football team, because I think OBJ is still a damn good football player. I think he's going to have a good year this year, and I would love to see it with the New York Football Giants. But before we go into depth more about this signing, I want the real ones to sound off for me. John Mara wants OBJ, so he's typing OBJ in the comments. Do you want OBJ on the Giants? Let your voices be heard. Let me know what you're feeling. Do you want OBJ on the Giants? Type OBJ for yes or no BJ. No BJ for no. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'm honestly not a fan of John Mara, the Giants owner, chiming in on free agency and personnel decisions. I like my owners to be owners. You worry about the ticket prices, the concession stands, the price of the concession stands. Do what owners do. Be an owner. Don't be a Jerry Joneser. Don't be that guy. Be an owner. You're not a general manager. Leave the roster construction to Joe Shane. But I think that John Mara and the rest of this Giants front office knows that they still need a wide receiver. You signed Paris Campbell to a 1-year deal. You brought back Darius Slayton on a 2-year deal. You brought back Sterling Shepard on a 1-year deal. That doesn't mean you fix your wide receiver one problems. Yes, you signed Darren Waller, traded for Darren Waller. You got an elite tight end there. But he's been hurt the last 2 years. Still a damn good football player, and I love the deal. But the Giants still have a hole at the wide receiver one position, and Mara may be thinking like Giants fans, if Odell Beckham Jr. is only going to go for a 1-year deal at $5 million, maybe we add him to this wide receiver depth chart where you see guys like Isaiah Hodgins and Darius Slayton and Paris Campbell and Sterling Shepard and Wan'Dale Robinson and Jamison Crowder and Colin Johnson and Jeff Smith. There's a whole bunch of 2s on here. There's a whole bunch of 3s. But is there that alpha? Is there that dog? Is there that number 1 wide receiver on the outside that's going to put some fear into the defensive coordinator's mind and not let them sleep at night? No, there's not. But is that guy OBJ anymore? I mean, look what he did with the Los Angeles Rams in 2021 in the 12 games he played there. He was well on his way to becoming the Super Bowl MVP before his ACL was shredded. 48 receptions, 593 yards, 12.3 yards per catch, and 7 touchdowns. What was he with the Rams? He wasn't number 13 with the Giants. He wasn't Yellow Mohawk OBJ. But he was a great receiver. He was elite in the red zone. And when he was matched up one-on-one, he won his matchup more often than not. And that's why he had 7 touchdowns on 48 grabs. This guy is still good. But it all comes down to the cheddar. It's all going to come down to the money. How much money is Odell Beckham Jr. going to want and ask for from the New York Football Giants? He tweeted out that a team offered him $4 million. And he was like, well, if you're only going to offer me $4 million, I'm going to say no. But if you offer me $6 million, then I'm only going to get 3 because of taxes, and I got to spend 1 on myself. And what does that leave you with? Sounds like it leaves you with $2 million, OBJ. So I'm going to tell you how much I would pay Odell Beckham Jr. if I was the Giants coming up here in a second. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, and that is Athletic Greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Shout out to Athletic Greens. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. AG1 empowers the gut for whole body health, which is something that I need. I start the day with making one great choice, AG1, and more healthy decisions then follow. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. I also love that it costs less than $3 a day. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and description of today's show. AG1 by Athletic Greens promotes gut health, supports immunity, and boosts energy. I love it. You're going to love it. And you can thank me later. Links right here, athleticgreens.com/chatsports. When you talk about a contract for Odell Beckham Jr., reports came out that he asked for $20 million. He debunked those. He said a team offered me $4 million, said that wasn't enough. So what about 1 year, $5 million guaranteed, plus incentives that could get it up to $12, $13 million? I don't care how much you get paid incentives, because if you end up having to pay out those incentives, that means he had a really damn good year. And if he has a damn good year with the Giants, that means the Giants are going to have a damn good football season. If OBJ wants to be a Giant, he knows it's going to have to be a 1 year, cheap, prove-it deal, which is laced with incentives. And the reason I think the time is now for the Giants to go out and sign Odell Beckham Jr. is because this is the lowest Daniel Jones' cap hit is going to be during his current contract with the New York Giants. He only has a $21 million cap hit for this season. Then it balloons all the way up to $45 million. Then it goes back down to 2025. And then in 2026, the $56.5 million cap hit is not all fully guaranteed. So if you're looking to load up on veterans for a 1 year cheap prove-it deal, the time is now, because Daniel Jones, his contract's only counting for $21 million on the books. You can get OBJ for 1 year, $5 million guaranteed, incentives push it up to 15. I don't care how much it is. I think I'd do it. I think the Giants need him, and I think, honestly, he needs the New York Football Giants. What about this, though? Before we transition to what John Mara had to say about Saquon Barkley, let me get your thoughts on this. How much would you pay Odell Beckham Jr. per year? Give me the guaranteed number. The highest I'd go is 5 or 6. What do you think? How much would you pay OBJ per year? Guaranteed. Sound off for me down in the comment section. Mara didn't just speak about OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., at the NFL owners' meetings. He was also asked about a star running back that's set to play on the franchise tag, and that is Saquon Barkley. He was asked about Barkley. Where are you guys at on a long-term deal? Do you have a contract offer for him? What do you think about the kid? And Mara said, we want him to be a Giant for his entire career. Of course you do. You drafted him number 2 overall. He's a superstar, just like Beckham Jr. He attracts eyeballs, and he makes your franchise worth more money. And the thing is, he's also a damn good football player. Pat Leonard of the New York Daily News said Giants general manager Joe Schoen says he spoke to Saquon Barkley's agent 3 days ago. Reset the negotiations after tagging him. No outstanding offers. John Mara says Barkley wasn't pleased with the tag. Joe Schoen says the soft running back market is not a factor, and they're comfortable with carrying a $10 million tag number. I also think something that was really important that came out in these NFL owner meetings was that Joe Schoen said there is no contract on the table for Saquon Barkley. Reports that the Giants made a contract offer at the NFL trade deadline or bye week. When the Giants had their bye week, they offered him $12 million. Then there was a report after the season they offered him $13.5 million, which he said no to. Well, now they took that off the books because the running back market is out of whack right now, especially with what transpired in NFL free agency. And with the franchise tag sitting at just $10.1 million, the Giants are kind of on a steal of a deal for Saquon Barkley. Great player, no doubt about it. But you are worth what the market is willing to pay. And if you look at how the market shook out this offseason and the fact that other running backs that got franchise tag couldn't get a long-term deal done, like Josh Jacobs and Tony Pollard, maybe the right move was franchise tagging Saquon Barkley. I know that Saquon Barkley is better than Miles Sanders and David Montgomery and Jamal Williams and Samaje Perine and Alexander Madison. But this shows you how much other teams value the running back position. If Miles Sanders is getting about $6.25 million, why do I need to pay Saquon Barkley $13.5? Is he double the running back that Miles Sanders is? Probably not. Montgomery's going for $6 million. Jamal Williams scored 17 touchdowns last year. He's getting $4 million. This is what the market says good running backs are worth. And when you compare what the running backs got this year to what Saquon Barkley wants and what the top running backs are being paid right now in the National Football League, $10.9 million on a franchise tag doesn't look all too shabby. This is the highest paid running backs on average annual value in the National Football League. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, the top of the list, at over $16 million. That contract was traded by the Panthers because it hadn't been working out. The reason it worked out in San Francisco is because he's not the focal point of that offense. Alvin Kamara, that's not a good deal. Dalvin Cook, Vikings are trying to get out of that. Derrick Henry, they talked about trading him. Nick Chubb, that's a good deal, but it's only $12 million. Saquon Barkley turned that down. Joe Mixon might be cut. Aaron Jones, I think, is a good value deal. And you got the 3 franchise tags at Pollard, Jacobs, and Barkley, all at just over $10.09 million. I don't want to be mean when I say this. And really, if you want to be a guy that says I'm being mean to his agent. Saquon Barkley, your agent, he screwed you over. You are one of the biggest losers of NFL free agency. Think about it like this. The Giants offered him a deal with $13.5 million per year. He said no. He may never get paid that again. Look at what running backs are being paid. The money's not there. The interest is not there. The value across the NFL is not in the running back position. I feel bad for Barkley, but I feel like he let a whole lot of zeros escape from his bank account because he listened to his agent who said you can find out your real value in NFL free agency. Giants put the franchise tag on him. It doesn't sound like there's too many teams interested, especially considering that there was the exclusive franchise tag, which would cost you 2 first-round picks. I feel bad for Barkley. I always want guys to see that I like personally and like on the field get their money, but you got to blame his agent. Not a smart move telling him to wait. The agent's losing out on some money too. I bet he's not sleeping about that decision. Do you want the Giants to sign Saquon Barkley to a long-term deal? Look, we told you how much the running back market paid this year for good players. We showed you how much money the top backs are being paid. We talked about Barkley turning down deals with $12 million and $13 million in average annual value. So I want to ask you this and think about what it's going to cost and the repercussions on the cap. Do you want the Giants to sign Saquon Barkley to a long-term deal? I say yes, but the money has to be right. Let me know what you say. Sound off. Let your voices be heard in the comments. Type Y for yes and type N for no. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's video on the latest news and rumors around Odell Beckham and Saquon Barkley. The first place you could have heard about these news and info bits is over on my Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. We'll have another video on the channel tomorrow. If you made it this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon, and we'll see you later. Johnson, you with a $2 super chat, I believe. Their first super chat in channel history. Is that right, Rolly?
Johnson, this is his first.
Johnson,
Now, I don't know if Johnson, is a I made myself laugh. I'm sorry. Is relatives with Johnson, and Johnson,
Yeah, I don't know either.
But be one hell of a coincidence.
We appreciate the super chat, my man. Hashtag Bears Nation does a deal with Saquon Barkley. Look, what does? I don't think I'd even offer him a long-term deal right now. I'd franchise tag him, let him play out at the franchise tag. And I honestly wouldn't be afraid to franchise tag him again. And let's see how much other teams are paying running backs. Because right now, nobody's paying running backs a lot of money. So I don't know what a deal for Saquon Barkley honestly looks like right now. Johnson, again, first-time watcher. We appreciate that, my man. We don't yet have our Houston Rockets channel up and running here at Chat Sports, but once we do, I'll be sure to let you know, Johnson. Actually, you can catch them tonight on our Knicks channel. We'll be live over there if you haven't heard of it. Knicks Now by Chat Sports. You can go watch a live stream over there. C-Note, the Heat fan in the chat. Darren Waller has a jersey number yet? 83 is occupied by Cager. I have not heard anything on the Darren Waller jersey front and what number he's going to wear. I can tell you this much, though. With how much money Darren Waller has in his bank account, if he really wants that number 83, he's going to pay Cager some money, and I think the young buck Cager would take the money to give up on number 83.
Hold on. I want to say this. Crim's daddy, I guess? Hey, Crim's dad.
You can't just change your name.
Changing the name doesn't work. It's still the same account.
Yep,
if you want it to count as a first-time super chat and get the cool little graphic we have, it has to be a completely different account. You can't just change your name, add a D and a Y at the end, and then just like, this is a new account. No.
YouTube does not recognize Crim's daddy as a new account, Crimmy. So we see you over there, Crim's dad. We see you over there. Ahmad Noble with a $20 super chat. My man. He says, OBJ only makes sense for Super Bowl teams. Injuries, distraction, and his pressure on DJ outweigh potential. Reconsider mid-season. Redo Leonard Williams' cap hit and keep high character free agents coming in. Mara is why we kept Eli too long. Woo! Some fire in that comment right there, Ahmad. Why can't the Giants be a Super Bowl team? The NFC is terrible. The one of the best quarterbacks you had in the NFC and Aaron Rodgers is going to the AFC. I think the NFC is wide open. Not saying OBJ makes you a Super Bowl contender, but it definitely makes you better than what you were. If you can get him on a cheap one-year prove-it deal that has a lot of incentives, I'd do it. I know there's pressure, and I understand exactly what you're saying, Ahmad Noble, but Giants are in the point of a rebuild where they're in talent acquisition mode, and OBJ might be the best talent you can acquire at this point, especially when you consider how much money you're going to have to pay him. I get the concerns. I do worry if he's going to put too much pressure on Daniel Jones. But the reason I think that OBJ would be on his best behavior, and Roll, you can chime in here, is if it doesn't work out this year, he's not going to have a spot in the NFL much longer.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, if he were to come back, play a one-year prove-it deal, and he stinks or isn't a good locker room guy,
he's done.
He's cooked.
He's done.
I mean, he's going to be on the plus side of 30, I believe, following this season. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Yeah. So when you're that old, you either have to be still talented or be a good presence in the locker room. And if he were to be bad at both, he's cooked.
I think that's why he'd be on his best behavior, especially if he went back to the Giants, because I think that's a team that he may want to finish his career with. But I understand what you're saying, Ahmad Noble. I think you have valid concerns, my man. I really think you do. We appreciate the $20 super chat for my man Ahmad Noble, an MVP here on the channel. And since a $20 super chat came in,
wheel time.
We're going to do a wheel time. We got a whole bunch of stuff on the wheel today. You can actually get a free sticker. Not free. Well, $20 super chat, you get a sticker. Oh, me and Rolly got to do a beer shot fun race. One $20 super chat can get you a beer shot fun race.
Dude, it was we have 19 things on the wheel. It's a 1 in a 19 chance.
1 in 19 chance. You get a beer shot fun race with a $20 super chat, and it comes in. We'll do that here after the mailbag.
Really
Probably only got one time for one of those today.
I was gonna bring that up to you.
Hey, look, if the super chats are flowing, we'll keep them flowing. Let's just get caught up on the rest of them. Let's go. MFJ, my man. Marshy, would you trade Daniel Jones and picks for Lamar Jackson? If the deal hadn't already been signed, yes, I would think about it. But the fact that the deal's already signed and there would be serious dead cap charges for the New York Giants, that reason I am out. I don't want to have long-term effects on the salary cap for trading a guy that we just signed. If the money wasn't a problem, yes, I would do it because I do think Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. I think you can win with Daniel Jones, no doubt about it. But let's just be honest with ourselves. As much as we all love Daniel Jones, he's not a guy that's won an MVP, and Lamar Jackson has. Tuto back again. Marshy, never believe Mourn Mara brothers' decisions. They effed the entire organization with their wishes as Jason. I don't get it. What am I missing here? As Jason, I don't know if I should say that. Signing never. I just don't know.
Is that not a player? Jason Fogg?
No. Steven says, what does Rolly know? He likes the Vikings. I'm dead. Mitch says no cheating on the beer shot fund this time, Rolly.
Mitch, I never cheated, man.
He definitely cheated. He saw you.
Oh, I think he's saying Garrett.
Jason Garrett?
Someone said to the chat, I'm kind of in all on this. Like, Scott Starring says Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett, okay. Yeah, they never should have signed Jason Garrett. That was not a good move.
C-Note, they play this season? Oh, let's ride. Giants versus Patriots this year.
Yeah. I did see that. Tuto, we appreciate it, my man. I don't know what he's talking about, Cha. I think he's talking about Jason Garrett and the Mara brothers, but I don't know what the word mourn is in front of Mara. He'll clarify if we're off base. Edwin, my man with a $5 super chat. What up, Edwin? Pair character, lifting some weight, saying keep it up. We appreciate you, my man. Thank you for all the love. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. These donations go a long way. They let us hire people like Rolly, who we hired a little bit over a year ago. We continue to add more studios. When I first started, we were at 3 studios here at the Chat Sports offices, and now we're at 8. We've added 5 studios since I got here back in 2021. And it's all because of awesome people like Edwin and everyone that supports the channel, supports the company. Chat Sports is going to the moon. I'm glad you guys could get on and before the rocket ship takes off. Neil with a $2 super chat says, can you say Gianna? What up, Gianna? But will the Titans be good? Probably not. Nah. They have some talent over there, but what's his name? Rand Carthen took over as their new general manager. And I think he wants to kind of rebuild that team under his image, which I think is going to take some losing seasons before he gets to where he wants to go. Tuto back again with a 5. Marshy, please sing me up and suit me in blue to destroy OBJ on practice and teach some lessons, which his own parents. Jesus Christ, Tuto. It sounds like you need to just get in a ring with OBJ and settle your differences. Tuto, we appreciate the super chat, my man. Look, you guys know that I love the Giants, and if OBJ signing him is bad for the Giants, I'll be the first to let you know that I was wrong. But I do think OBJ on a 1-year, $5 million deal could make some sense. For you teaching him lessons his parents never taught him, I don't know the guy personally, so I don't know about all that. Leo says, do we really need OBJ? No, we don't need him. But does he help? Does he make the team better? Does he fill a position of need? Like, do we really need him? No, we don't need him. Do I want him? Does he make us better? Could we use him? I think the answer to those questions are all yes. And if the price fits, Leo, I think it makes some sense. Look, you need a number 1 receiver, and he's probably the best one available right now and probably the cheapest you'll ever get a number 1 receiver. Just my opinion. Michael with their first ever super chat. Michael, thank you, my man. We appreciate it. Any thoughts to wide receiver round 2 or center or cornerback round 1? Let's save this one for the mailbag. I'll give you some extended thoughts on that here in a second. And then Michael came back with a $10 super chat. OBJ or Hopkins. Let's save that one as well for the mailbag. I have some thoughts on that, Michael. We're going to get a mailbag coming up here as soon as we catch up on all the supers. Tuto, back again. Michael, this one's for you, bro. Marshy, please learn how to read pro athletes' indirect messages and abbreviations, boss. That's
back.
I think we're back.
We are back.
All right, we're back.
Sorry about that, guys.
It froze. I think we're back, though. We only lost 20 people, so we're good. Uh-oh, lost the channel. Are we back? If we're back, drop a me, which I think we are.
We are back.
We are back.
Bad news is most of the super chats prior to the last minute are gone.
Really?
So I will no longer be able to cycle through some of your guys' questions that you super chatted already in the past basically 50 minutes. So I'm going to throw myself
Michael's
on screen.
is gone.
I'm deeply sorry. We lost internet. Our service lost some of your questions. I I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. We do
Wow.
have one of Michael's questions, but not the one prior.
The OBJ or Hopkins?
Yeah, so Michael's OBJ or Hopkins question, that is the farthest super chat I have left.
And what was his first one again? Any thoughts to wide receiver round 2 or center or cornerback round 1? Michael, if you're still watching, I'm just going to go ahead and answer your question now. Any thoughts to wide receiver round 2? Yeah, I'm totally okay with taking a wide receiver round 2. And he says, or center or cornerback round 1. Those are my, 3 biggest needs remaining for the New York Giants, Michael. And I'm honestly cool with whatever order they come in the NFL draft. If it matches up with the best player available, that's kind of where I want the Giants to go. Just take the best football player that's on the board at a position of need. Let's say when the Giants are on the clock at pick number 25 and the best player on the board is a center compared to a corner, a running, or a receiver, take the center. Just take the best player on the team that's gonna help the team. That's where I'm looking at. Take a player that fits a position of need, and we'll go from there. Crim's dad, or I guess not Crim's dad, which was still Crim's dad, says new first timer. Let's go.
More bad news. If you used hashtag Giants in the previous 50 minutes, that question is also gone. So if you want to be on the mailbag, you do have to send the question in again or super chat. We are deeply sorry. Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Bad
So
luck.
if you have a question about the Giants, mailbag, comment, concern, go ahead and please, I'd really appreciate it. The Wi-Fi just kind of lagged out on us for half a second, and we lost all the questions that were in our software. Devarshi says, man, I lost $100. I don't think that's how that works, Devarshi.
No.
No $100 super chat or super chat at all from Devarshi.
They're just trolling. We would have got a super chat that happened during the Wi-Fi situation.
Yeah.
So you guys can't fool us.
Yeah, none of that BS. Hashtag Giants. Shout out to my man Mitch getting a question in there. I like that question from Mitch. Jay Lou says, go Big Blue. Shout out to Mark P. Got a question in. Devarshi got a question in. Sam Lubna got a question in. Christopher Foley got a question in. We appreciate that. Let's just do one. Yeah, it's already 5:40. One's fine. Connor says, are you going live? Devarshi says, never mind. My Venmo just glitched. Devarshi, no dono baiting. That's one rule we have on the channel. No dono baiting. No dono baiting. OG on Giants Now. What up, OG? We'll be live on Knicks in 25 minutes. We'll see you over there. D Pitch came in with $1 super chat. D, we appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much for the support to the channel. Does not go unnoticed, and it goes a long way here. Breezy Mike, I know, got a super chat in. We'll save that for the mailbag. If you want to be featured on the show, hashtag Giants or super chat. All super chats skip the line. Future Orbit says, hashtag Giants. Hey, Marsh, can you double shot for my super chat? Yeah, I got you. Future Orbit sending a $10 super chat for their first time ever here on the channel. I'm going to take an extra shot for him. I honestly shouldn't have even not taken two. We appreciate you, my man, Future Orbit. Oh. All righty. Hashtag Giants, or you can go ahead and super chat to get on the show. After the mailbag, Rolly and I will do a beer shot fun race. Neil got a question in, says, who is the best reporter besides you? I'd have to go with one of the guys here at Chat Sports. It's me and then all of them. Me at the front, though, that's for sure. Nah. All righty, we're going to get to a mailbag here. Hashtag Giants in your comment in the comment section. Can pop it up on screen. Or if you super chat and include a question in the super chat, we'll skip that up to the top. All right, let's do it. Hashtag Giants or super chat. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. We got a mailbag Coming up in today's video on the channel, this aired from our live show, which goes down every single Monday. And we didn't get to your question. There's an easy two-step process to guarantee your question gets answered. Number one, you got to be a subscriber. So go down right now and hit that big red sub button, or you can super chat, which like my guy Breezy Mike did. Shout out to Breezy. What up, man? Level of concern with the center position from 1 to 10. This is a good question, Breezy, and we appreciate you supporting the channel. I'm at about a 7, to be honest with you. You don't really have a starting center on this roster. Think about the guys that played center last year. John Feliciano signed a 1-year, really $2.5 million deal with the San Francisco 49ers. While John Feliciano wasn't that good of a player, he was a steady player that didn't miss time and knew the scheme and the philosophy of this football team. He played with the Buffalo Bills prior to coming to the New York Giants, so he had a relationship with Brian Dable as well as with the offensive line coach, Bobby Johnson, that came over from Buffalo. So you don't have him anymore. Nick Gates signed with your arch rival, the Washington football team, a.k.a. the Commanders. So you're out of a starting center right now. And right now the guy that would start at center if the season started today was Ben Bredeson, which is a guy that's had a lot of injury history in the past. I'd like for the Giants to take a center probably in one of the first 2 rounds, maybe round 3 at the latest. But I'd say a 7 at minimum, Breezy, because we don't really have a starting center on this roster. Michael, my man, with a $10 super chat. Mike, we appreciate it. OBJ or Hopkins? Whew, it's a good question. So the way I would unpack this is, what do I have to give up for both? For Hopkins, you're going to have to give up draft ammunition and a lot of money on the salary cap. Probably going to have to give him a new contract. OBJ, all you're going to have to give up is some money. So for that reason alone, I'd probably say OBJ. I probably flipped back and forth on this 100 times. I think Hopkins is a better player right now. I think he's more healthy, and I think he's more reliable. But you're going to have to give up a 3rd-round pick and $25 million on the salary cap for Hopkins, whereas for OBJ, you don't have to give up a pick. Probably only going to have to give up $5 million in guaranteed money. I don't know. I'll raise it up to the audience. Who would you rather have, OBJ or Hopkins? Type OBJ if you want OBJ on the team, or DH for DeAndre Hopkins. Sound off for me down below. We got a comment coming in from a burner account. Wow, I feel like I made it in this world. Marshall Green's burner account. With the Giants needing another edge rusher, could they look at a vet like Bud Dupree or Justin Houston? Wow. That's a good question, Marshall. Yeah, I do think the Giants could look at the veteran defensive end and pass rusher market, because when you talk about what the Giants have on this team right now, they need another edge rusher. You talk about Kayvon Thibodeau. You talk about Azeez Ojulari, 2 really good young players that I think have a lot of high upside that still aren't even close to scratching the surface of the type of players that they can be. But let's be honest. Azeez Ojulari has had injury issues. Kayvon Thibodeau had injury issues in college. He sprained his MCL earlier in the year. And you don't really have a backup edge rusher. I like Tom and Fox, but he's UDFA. And he's coming into a sophomore campaign. Ryder Anderson, Ellerson Smith, you don't have a proven edge rusher. So he asked about Bud Dupree and Justin Houston. Let's break those guys down. Bud Dupree is a guy that has all the talent in the world. His best season most recently is back in 2019 when he played 16 games with the Pittsburgh Steelers and had 11.5 sacks, 16 tackles for loss. But since then, he hasn't played more than 11 games in a season. But even in 33 games, the guy has 17 sacks. So in the last 33 games, 15 sacks, 8 sacks, 3 sacks, 4 sacks in the last 3 seasons, 15 sacks in the last 33 games. That's almost a sack every other game. Justin Houston is a guy that has stayed healthy, a little bit older, but he's continued to produce in his NFL career. When you look at 2019, he had 11 sacks that year. 2020, he had 8 sacks. 2021, he had 4.5. But this last year with Baltimore, he was really damn good. In 14 games, he had 9.5 sacks. So I'd honestly be cool with either one of these guys. I think you need another edge rusher that could produce a little bit of juice off the edge. And Justin Houston is a guy, as well as is Bud Dupree, that I still think has a little bit they can bring to this game. I think he could be they could be older mentors to these young guys like Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari. But if you only had one of these guys to sign, which one would you roll with, Giants fans? Let me know. I want the real ones to sound off. Be the GM, take the seat of Joe Schoen. I am anticipating both these guys to sign cheap veteran minimum deals, maybe a little bit more than that. But what do you think? Type BD for Bud Dupree or Justin Houston? Type JH. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Bill, my man Bill with a $5 super chat. Bill, we appreciate that. So Marsh, hasn't been discussed yet, but what the heck are we doing with the O-line? New wide receivers can't catch a ball if DJ's on the ground and can't throw it. Great point, Bill. That's an absolutely great point. I'm expecting for the Giants to address their O-line in the NFL draft because, look, you lost John Feliciano in free agency. You lost Nick Gates in free agency. Your left guard last year was Ben Bredesen. It was kind of a turnstile at that position, whichever guy was healthy. But go back to last year's draft, Bill, in 2022. You drafted Joshua Azudu with a top 100 pick in the NFL draft out of North Carolina. You need him to be a starter on this team. You pick some guy in the top 100 of the NFL draft, he's got to be a starter. I think Joshua Azudu is going to be your starting left guard this year. You're expecting for your right tackle, Evan Neal, who was the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, to take a leap and get better. And he has to be, or he'll be a guard in 2024. You're hoping that Mark Lewinsky gets better at his spot and gets better in year 2. So you have Andrew Thomas is going to continue to be great. You got Joshua Azudu, a top 100 pick in year 2, starting. Question mark at center. I think that'll be a guy that you draft in the top 3 round. And you got Mark Lewinsky at your right guard. You hope he gets better in year 2. He was solid, but second year in the system, hopefully he takes another leap. And hopefully Evan Neal shows you why he was a top 10 and the second overall tackle selected in the draft. I think the draft will be a spot where they continue to upgrade the offensive line, Bill, but I would not be surprised if they signed a veteran center in NFL free agency, maybe a guy like Ben Powers, that's his name? Ben Jones, excuse me. Ben Jones or maybe Connor McGovern in NFL free agency. Look, I do know this, guys. If the Giants make a move, we're going to make a video here on the channel. So subscribe to the channel. Go down right now, hit that big red sub button, and make sure to turn on your notifications. That way, you get alerted whenever we put out a video, and you never miss a move that the New York Football Giants make. Hit the bell icon and the red sub button underneath the show. MFJ, my man, what position would you pick now with the first round pick this year as of now? Mike, we appreciate that. Honestly, Mike, I'm either going center, wide receiver, or corner. And that's where I stand right now. But I also know that when you're drafting, you want to go by best player available. And that is what Joe Schoen has talked about so well and long about since he's taken over at the general manager spot for Big Blue. But when I think about 3 guys that stand out to me as who I would love to have at pick number 25, I rely on these 3 guys. I think Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best wide receiver in the draft. If he's available at 25, I will personally run the draft card up to Roger Goodell to select him. Brian Branch is a guy that I'm also really, really starting to fall in love with as I continue to watch their tape. And I think the Giants have a need at what he brings. He could play in the slot. He could play free safety. He could play strong safety. He can even slide out to outside corner if he need be. I like Brian Branch and the versatility he brings. And I think him and a Wink Martindale defense could be absolutely electric. And if Jackson Smith-Njigba's not there, Jordan Addison is my wide receiver 2, and I have Zay Flowers right behind him as wide receiver 3. 2 centers that I really like a lot that I don't know if you want to reach at 25 for them are Luke Weipler as well as John Michael Schmitz. Those are 2 centers that I'm a big fan of. But these are the top 3 guys that I'm looking for at pick number 25. What's going to be awesome is if one of those 3 guys is wearing one of these brand new NFL draft hats. The NFL just launched their 2023 hat collection for the NFL draft, and you can get your Giants 2023 draft hat right here. Go to chatsports.com/NYG draft hat. That's chatsports.com/NYG draft hat. You saw the gray one, a little bit of creme de la creme color in that one. They got the blue one. They got the flat bill. They got it fitted. They got it non-fitted. Or you can get this one with the curved brim. Get your hat and rep the Giants at the draft coming up, which is less than a month away. Chatsports.com mailbag.com/NYG draft hat. Fernando, what up, brother? I am in on OBJ for the right price. He has a crazy work ethic. You combine that with the same prove-it type deals we picked already, bunch of hungry dogs. Fernando, a wise man once told me hungry dogs run faster, and I believe that applies to Odell Beckham Jr. I think that he knows, and he's a really smart guy, and he's really aware. He knows that this is his last stint in the NFL if it doesn't shake out right for him. And I believe, one, he's going to be on his best behavior, which is kind of ridiculous, honestly, that you have to say that about an NFL player, but I think that kind of gets overblown with OBJ. Talk about the teammates he's played with. They say they all love him. I agree, Fernando. If you can get him on the right price with the work ethic and the dog mentality he has with a chip on his shoulder, I think it only bodes well for the New York Giants. Fernando, thank you for the super chat, my man. Michael, back again with a $10 super chat. Mike, thank you so much, my guy. Love the channel. 3 questions tonight. You do not apologize at all. Would you like Sewell round 3 or 4 to fight for a starting spot, or does he not fit Wink's scheme? I like Sewell, but I think he's a little bit slow laterally, and he's not the best sideline-to-sideline linebacker. And I think that the Giants could look to the 3rd or 4th round, and I'm not out on Sewell, but there's some other guys that I like a little bit better than him, but I wouldn't be mad if the Giants brought in a mid-round linebacker to compete because they could use some more competition at that position. You just signed Bobby Okereke, who I believe is a top 10, top 15 inside linebacker in the National Football League. You brought back Jared Davis. I know him as Gerard Davis, and people are telling me it's Jared Davis. I've heard it both ways. Came out of Florida, was a first-round pick, played the last couple of games with the Giants. I'm interested to see how Darian Beavers plays this year for New York. I thought he played really well in the preseason before tearing his ACL. I wouldn't be mad if they drafted Sewell, Michael, but I don't know if I want to use one of my early premium picks at a position. We already have a starter that's a premium player. My 3 biggest needs are corner, receiver, and interior offensive line center. I'd like to see those get shored up before we go with a depth piece at linebacker. But look, if Sewell's on the board and he's high on your board, pull the trig. DJ breakout season. I think the Giants could sign Deion Jones for cheap. One linebacker question to another. Sure, I think they could, right? But how cheap is he going to come? And is he a guy that's still motivated to be elite in the NFL? At one point, Deion Jones was the best linebacker in the league. And when you look at the Giants linebacker depth chart, there's really only one certified pro on this list. Bobby Okereke is one of the best in the NFL. Jared Davis has had his moments, but there was a reason that he was added to a roster and signed off a practice squad in Week 17. Carter Coughlin has some potential. I don't see him being an every down inside linebacker. Darian Beavers, I think, has some potential there, but we haven't seen it. He's just potential. Cam Brown is really a special team specialist, and Micah McFadden has some juice, but he doesn't have the reps. So what about a veteran like Deion Jones, who a guy back in 2019, 2020, and 2021 had over 100 tackles and 9 tackles for loss and 11 tackles for loss and 8 tackles for loss. And he's shown the ability to get after the passer as well. In the last 3 seasons, the guy has 9 sacks. I like Deion Jones. How much is he going to cost? How much is it going to cost to sign him? Can you get him for a 1-year, $2 million deal? If that's the case, that's going to bring some speed to this defense. He can play next to Bobby Okereke, and you're bringing in a guy that has over 300 tackles from 2019 to 2021. He's a tackling machine, and he likes to play at the line of scrimmage. I'd be in on bringing Deion Jones in. What do you think? Should the Giants sign Deion Jones? He was one of the guys I was interested in prior to free agency, and the fact that he's not signed to a team makes me feel like that you get him for pretty cheap. I think he's still a damn good football player. What do you think? Should the Giants sign Deion Jones? Why for yes and for no? We appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's show. Been a lot of fun here on this mailbag. Love chopping it up with you guys and answering your questions. If I didn't get to your question today, hit me up on Twitter and send me a DM. We could chop it up over there at @MarshallGreen_. And let's go Giants. Future Orbit came in with another $5 super chat. Future, we appreciate it, my man. You've been showing mad love today. I got one more shot in me, and we're probably going to have to bounce on out of here. Tuto with a $5 super chat. What up, man? Marshy. I'll read that in a second. Get this shot poured first. Marshy, hope you've got your Peacock streaming app in America to witness the Destroyer will be activated by July 1st in action in Super Rugby. I do got my Peacock app. I've been watching the show Bel Air, the new remake of the Will Smith Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's pretty good. It's the only show I watch on Peacock, but I'll keep my eyes out for you, Tuto. I'll keep my eyes out for you on July 1st in the Super Rugby tournament. Thank you for letting me know. This shot's for someone. J Liv, Stephen A is the best, please. LOL. I don't agree. I think you're trolling, so I can get behind that. I think you're trolling, but I can get behind that, J Liv. Not Crim's dad, which is Crim's dad, because it didn't tell us it was your first super chat. First time, whoop, whoop. Shout out to Crimmy. Bobby Peters in the chat. Bobby Peters. We are $20 away from 300. I'd like to close today's stream on a round number before me and Rolly sign off with a beer shot fun. $20 away from 300. Excuse me. Then we're going to have to jet out of here because it's already 7 o'clock. Nick's playing literally 30 minutes. Oh, they're right there. All righty. We're going to do this beer shot fun race. Then we're going to bounce on out of here. Mitch says, what about me suiting me up in a Giants uniform? Can you block? Can you catch touchdowns? If you can, you can play on my team. Can you rush the passer? Mitch looks like a pass rusher to me. Mitch looks like he's got that dip and rip to get around that offensive tackle and put some pressure on Dakota Prescott. What up, Bobby? Tuto says, James Post, also John Beeson, was my other big brother for life, and grateful to all of them to be in the player of Super Rugby today. Top 10 defensive player in 3 consecutive years. John Beeson was a beast.
John Beeson was my favorite linebacker.
James Post says Bel Air is an awesome show. I like it. I thought it was going to be more of a comedy, but it's just not. I would say it's a drama and a thriller.
Really?
Yeah. Drama and a thriller. Oh! MFJ Bang! With a $20 super chat. We'll pop it up on screen after the beer shot fund. It says, Marshy, you owe me a shot as well. Shout out to Crim's dad and Tutu. Stream on Peacock. MFJ, I got you a shot right here.
I have a question. I see some questions being asked about shows. I started Breaking Bad and I'm hooked. Should I watch the next show? Should it be Breaking Bad or Succession on HBO? Succession, sorry. I said that wrong again. I'm all over the place. Both I heard are really good. Which one should it be?
It's Breaking Bad, and it's not even close. Breaking Bad might be the best TV show of all time. C-Note, your Miami man says it.
All right.
Breaking Bad might be my favorite show of all time. Ahmad Noble says Breaking Bad. Ahmad, you know ball. We appreciate it. All righty. You ready, Rolly?
Double check, huh?
Yeah. Breaking Bad is awesome, dude. It's so good. It's honestly everything you want in a TV show. Ahmad says Breaking Bad is gold. I think it's my favorite show of all time. I think it is. Mike says Mike, you just started watching Breaking Bad? Finish it, bro. You're going to love it. C-Note says I was a fan of Malcolm in the Middle. Rob Jigga says Batman 66 was the best TV show in history.
I'm always good for some Batman.
Prison Break was the only thing close to Breaking Bad. I haven't watched Prison Break.
Prison Break seasons 1 and 2 is gas.
Joe Black says it's the best show ever. I agree with him. All right, count us down, Rolly.
No cheating.
No cheating, dude.
3, 2, 1, go.
Prison Break is fire too. I got to get on Prison Break. Someone told me I need to watch Designated Survivor. I've heard season 1 of Designated Survivor is elite.
Mitch is a Rolly hater.
Eric Cruz says, Marsh, if someone puts a $50 super chat, I'll match it in the next 5 minutes. All right. That's as far as we'll go. 5 minutes.
The show is ending in 5 minutes, no matter what.
Show is ending in 5 minutes. If someone sends in 50 and Eric matches, me and Rolly will do another beer shot fun. How about that?
Mitch.
And whoever sends in the 50, each person gets a helmet sticker.
Mitch has got me rattled by saying I don't like cheaters. I never cheated. What you're referring to is when Marsh is shot fun didn't work, and I already pulled the trigger.
You did
so
not.
I had to keep
stopped.
drinking. I couldn't have. I pulled the trigger. It started flowing. I could not have stopped.
Eric Cruz says if someone sends in 50, he will send in 50. And I don't know why he needs a little tango partner. Maybe someone needs to walk him out. Maybe his first dance on the dance floor. Look, if Eric sends in 50 and someone else sends in 50, we'll do another beer shot fun race. How about that? How about that?
Cino, I know you always got my back. Shout out Cino.
Cino, it's just because you're a Heat fan, dude.
No, it's because I'm kind and nice to everybody in the chat.
Are you saying I'm not?
I mean, Marsh is a bully to me.
F Rolly.
See? He's a bully.
Eric Cruz, don't make us stay live for 5 minutes for nothing. 3.5 minutes to go. 3.5 minutes to go. Maybe, Eric, if you start the 50, someone will answer. How about that?
Oh, Michael! I don't know how to say the last name. I'm sorry.
I don't either, but what I love is that it's MG. MG is the best initials in the world. Eric, it's on you now, Eric. Don't be known as a fraud, Eric.
If Eric doesn't do this,
that's fraudulent.
He might have to get banned.
Honestly, we might have to ban him for lying. Michael's going on.
Oh! Eric Cruz! Bang!
Eric said
he's not a fraud.
He's not a fraud. He's not a fraud. He said if someone sends 50, I'll send 50. And he's a man of his word. Both of you guys are going on the hard hat. We also need 2 more happy dads if Mitchell Renz wants to be so kind. Thank you, Mitch. Shout out to Mitchell Renz. He's the guy who traded us Darren Waller pretty much. We appreciate that out of him. All right. Eric and Michael are getting 2 helmet stickers. Michael did ask a question. So pop that up on screen, Rolly, and we'll talk about that.
I'll read it out. Boom. Beer shot. Does Jones throw 25 plus touchdowns this year?
25
given the O-line
plus?
is built and weapons stay healthy. That should, honestly, I know they run the ball a lot and he runs himself, but 25 should be a no-brainer if you're going to continue to ascend as a young quarterback.
Yeah, so he threw 15 last year. He ran in 7, so that's 22 total. How?
Oh! MFJ! Bang!
A 50 from my guy Michael Francis Jr.
Yes, sir.
MFJ, you're going on the hard hat, my man. Every 50 the rest of the way, you're going on the hard hat. Our Raiders Report host just said, if someone sends in $100 super chat, he'll do a beer boot. That's 3 beers, 1 boot. We have only 50 seconds left. We said we'd be live for 5 minutes because we were supposed to be live on Nick 7 minutes ago. You got 30 40 seconds. If you want a beer boot, if you send in 100, you get 2 stickers on the hard hat, and Mitchell Renz will do a beer boot.
Jay Liv keeping us in check. He just commented, hey, Nick starting in 25. Yeah, we know Jay Liv.
We know Jay Liv. We'll be there. I got to add all these stickers to the hard hat. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Eric and Michael, my man MFJ. We appreciate it. MFJ, you're a legend, my man. Always showing love on the stream. Always showing love on the stream. Bill says, I walk away from 1 minute and MFJ starts swinging. LOL, nice one. Look, someone sends in 100, we'll do a beer boot.
Rob's asking if there's even space on the helmet left.
Here's one. MFJ going on the bill because that's where the real ones go. MFJ got that final bill spot right there. EC. Well, actually, I grabbed MG first. I think I see one for MG right here. James says, thanks, Marshall. I will be back next time. Let's go, Big Blue and Knicks. James, check out our Knicks channel, youtube.com/KnicksTV. We'll be live for the stream tonight on the game. If you like this channel, you're going to like that channel as well. MG going on right here. MG, I hope you can see it. It's right here, MG. Wrong finger. Right here. MG, there you are, my man. And then my man Eric Cruz is going out on the chat as well. Oh, what a day. What a day.
Oh, what a day.
Rolly, where do I go with this one? Right here?
Let me see.
I think it's fine.
I think, yeah, I can't really see, but I think
we're starting to double up, but as long as it doesn't cover anyone's name, we're good. EC, my man, there you are right there. Eric Cruz, we appreciate it. Rob Jigga says, can you save a spot for next week, guys? There's honestly plenty of spots left. There's one right here, and we can make room as well. I should have did a better job of layering this from the start, but there's plenty of room for everybody. There's a whole bunch of little nooks and crannies that you could do it. Happy, Humble, Hungry says, can you do the shot fun? We'll do it for you, man. Then we're going to sign off. Is there a trash can in here? Wow. Back-to-back 50s. That was electric. Look. Someone sends in 100. Mitchell Wren said he'll do a beer boot.
But you have until we are done
Yeah.
with this.
How about this? Someone sends in 100, I will race Mitch in a beer boot. How about that? I'll dye it blue for Giants blue.
Or I'm going live by myself.
Or Rolly's going to have to go live by himself.
Mitch, why do you have your eyes on me? I've done nothing wrong ever.
Keep your eyes on him, Mitch. He's shady.
I've never done
He's shady,
wrong.
dude.
I've never done anything wrong.
Oh, that's cap.
When it comes
All right.
to drinking, I've never done anything wrong.
What up, Asia? All righty. Happy, Humble, Hungry says, chill, Marsh. You're going to die. If I'm going to die, it's about talking about the Giants. That's for sure. All right. Count us down, Rolly. These ones are much colder.
I know. I counted down the first time you got this.
Oh, really?
Crimmy.
Crimmy!
Give it up. Crim's dad, give it up. Just because you changed the name doesn't mean you're going to get a first time.
Oh! Junior Mendoza! Bang! Asia Roberson! Bang! Oh! Holy fuck! Oh my God! No way!
You'll get that on screen.
No way! Oh my gosh! No way did that just happen! Holy shit! Crimmy says F Knicks now. At this point, let's keep Giants now going.
It'd be that way sometime, but Junior Mendoza drops a hundo piece. Marshall and Mitchell Renz are going to have to do a beer boot race.
Mendoza's getting 2 stickers. Mendoza's getting 2 stickers.
Oh, my goodness.
Junior Mendoza from 3.
Bang! Holy shit.
Bill says he warned the troops. Bill, oh my
I appreciate
gosh.
you because at like 5:50, I switched over to the Knicks stream and pushed it back for scheduling purposes, and
Were
looks
they
like
mad?
I'm gonna have to push it back again.
As long as we're live before 6:30, aka 7:30, we'll be all right.
Honestly, I think as long as we're live before 6:40,
Yeah,
7:40, aka 7:40.
JM, I'm getting your stickers on the hard hat. There's one. There's another right here.
Crim's dad, honestly, I wouldn't hate if you changed your name full time to Crimmy.
I like Crimmy. Right there, JM. I don't know if you could see it, but you can. It's right here. Wrong side. So this side? Nope, wrong side. Right here. Right here. And then right here. JM, Junior Mendoza. You're a legend. You're a legend. Johnson U says, should I throw a super? Johnson U,
This is Johnson U. Oh my goodness. And
Bill
then
says,
Asia said in a 50, a little pair character.
Asia is getting a sticker on the helmet as well.
A little pair guy on a firework, creating more fireworks. Interesting. I like that.
Asia Roberson, a legend. Asia is a dog.
Mitch hates me. I don't get why. I don't know what I ever did to Mitch.
Because you cheated us. Mitch, keep
did
the
not
pressure
cheat.
on.
I did not cheat.
Keep the pressure on.
He just said, I am the worst person in this world.
That's a bit much.
He literally said that. He said, what are the worst people in the world? Cheaters, like Rolly. So he hates me. That's unbelievable.
Asia, you're going right next to Rick. Right next to Rick, Asia, and Levontaire Blakely right there. And then CM, that could be Carrie Morris, or that could be Corinne Terrier Dog Mom. So you're in some good presence right there.
Johnson,
Asia.
you says I'll save my super for next. All right, we're gonna be ready.
We got to do this boot, then we got to go.
Yeah.
Want to go see if they're out there? I put it in production, but it's 6:15.
Honestly, I might even have to just start getting Nick ready.
Yeah, honestly. See if someone can come produce this for the last minute. That's a good idea. Mitch says Rolly's a cheater just like Dak and Jalen Hurts. Those are 2 scumbags. That's who they are. They're scumbags, Mitch. Giants boots. We got some Giants boots on the show. Mitchell Renz making his way downtown. Shout out to Mitch. It's time for a lifetime. Woo! Is Trace G? Is this me?
I did Happy Dads.
Happy Dads? We got Happy Dads in the flesh. Let's go. I like how they're blue, and I'm glad you're participating. Cheers. I thought you were honestly going to sneak a Raiders black boot in this one.
I mean, you guys showed out, so.
They did. The Giants Now real ones, they showed out today. Oh, my gosh. I'm nervous. Trace, I'm nervous.
Hey, you got this, bro. If anyone can handle this,
I'm
boot,
not
it's
going to
you.
lie. I will not win, but I'm going to try. I'm not fast. Put his full screen, Trizzy. Shout out to Asia. Shout out to my man with $100 super chat, Junior Mendoza. A legend. That's why Asia and Junior are now members of the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. We're running out of spots, so we're even having to overlap a little bit. So you better get on or get out. Oh, man. Trace.
Y'all ready?
I might need to be revived after this.
Hey, I got you, Brody. I got you.
Got a whole Nick
I
stream
got
to go.
you.
Let's ride.
All
Count
right.
us down.
On go, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. chug, 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 chug. Marshall's got good pace going. He's taking this thing down quick. The bubble's coming. Mitchell Renz has got this a steady pace. Oh my God, Marshall might beat him. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Oh, very close.
Mitchell Renz.
Clap it up for the lads.
A legend.
Clap it up for the lads.
Let me know if you want to run it back.
All right, honest question. How you feeling? Full?
Oh, my stomach hurts. I just feel like I got a burp.
Once it comes out, it'll feel so good.
It's not the one I needed. I'm not going to force them. I throw up. Wow. All right.
MVP. 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 I want to show some Marsh some love in the comments.
All right. I'm just happy. Well, there was a little spill. I didn't spill too much on my shirt, and I can wear this on Knicks now. So good thing for that. Good thing for that. We got to sign off. Knicks literally tip. I ate some blue waffle, I guess. Rob says no chat sports shirts. We have some chat sports shirts. I gotta get. We gotta go. We got chat sports draft hats too, if you want. All right. Oh man, I have a burger out there. I feel like I should eat it before Knicks. Good thing I had a good breakfast today. I cooked some bacon. I had a pancake. It was great breakfast.
Real
dude.
hardy.
Dude,
you need it for a day like this.
I needed it. I woke up. I came into the office a little bit later today. Those pancakes and bacon were smacking. They were smacking. How do y'all like your bacon?
Gotta be crispy.
I'm a crispy as well.
Has to be crispy.
I don't want chewy bacon.
I don't want to be chewing gum while I'm eating my bacon. Like, what
I
the
agree.
fuck?
I agree. I don't want chewy bacon.
That means it's undercooked.
I do mine in the air fryer.
Air fryer.
It gets it done in 7 minutes. It gets it done in 7
You can cook. Have you done steaks in the air fryer? Because
Yeah.
that shit's elite.
Oh,
There we
thank
go.
God. Thank God I needed that.
Feel better?
I just threw up in my mouth a little. It did not taste good. All right. We got to go. I got to get live on Knicks. Seriously. This is why Giants now is there's 122 people watching. This is why Giants Now is the best Giants YouTube channel out there. That's why I've gained over 20,000 subs in the last year. It's because of people like all the people in the chat. Asia, MFJ, J Liv, Rob Jigga, Sherry, Mark, Scott, Happle Hungry, C-Note, Junior Mendoza, $100 super chat, Junior. You're a legend, man. You're a legend. All righty. We're going to sign off. Love you guys. See you later.